Hey guys, what's up? Grab your popcorn and a comfortable chair because it's Formula One car show. And here I present to you Formula One racing content that someone has to be the voice of what many only think, but never actually voice it on this platform. I keep as raw and uncut as possible. Real fans will hear me out. Without further ado, you're in for an epic debate. F1 fans are a special breed. We argue about everything. Who's better, Lewis or Max? Was Senna a god or a glorified kamikaze? And for some reason, there's always that one guy who won't shut up about 1967. But there's one thing, one sacred thing, that unites this divided fan base. Hot, terrible takes. Today I'm diving into your hot takes, the ones you dropped on YouTube and Discord, and I'll be judging them with the full force of my F1 obsession. Some of these are cooked, some are cursed, some are actually terrifyingly smart. And yes, I'll throw in my own takes at the end, and they're guaranteed to upset at least 3 different subreddits. But first, hit that subscribe button if you like chaos and facts in equal measure. And join the Discord, where we roast each other daily. Let's get controversial. First hot take. Lando Norris deserves a clean slate. You know what? I was ready to disagree. As a level 99 Lando hater, I had the slander locked and loaded. But I gotta be real. He did grow this season. Brazil broke him, but post-Brazil Lando looked different, controlled, composed, dare I say, clutch. If he brings that version of himself into 2025, he's a genuine threat. A silent assassin in papaya. So yeah, reluctantly agree. Mini theory. If McLaren nails the 2026 regs, and Lando still hasn't won a race by then, he's mentally cooked. No coming back. Carlos Sainz will carry Williams to a podium. Absolutely not. That car is allergic to podiums. Even James Vowles has said 2024 and 2025 are filler years. Literally filler episodes until the 2026 anime arc. Also, carry? Bro, it's Williams, not a toddler. And let's stop pretending Albon's going to get dominated. He's no longer the guy Red Bull broke in 2020. This version of Albon knows how to survive. Agree? Nah. Deny. At least 2 of the 6 rookies next year will flop. This is just math. 6 rookies means 6 chances for heartbreak. That's like starting 6 Tinder dates and thinking all of them will go well. It won't. F1's learning curve is brutal, and not everyone's Piastri. I agree. Some will underdeliver, maybe not catastrophically, but enough to be called mid on TikTok. Side thought. Jack Doohan is either the next Ricardo or the next Nyck de Vries. No in between. Max will retire after 2025 because of family. Honestly, plausible. He said it before. He doesn't want to race forever. And when you've won 4 to 5 titles, 70 plus wins, and you're rich beyond belief, what's the point? Counterpoint? 2026 regs might tempt him to stick around. But if Red Bull flops in 26, Max is out before Stroll figures out what a brake pedal does. Gasly is the 3rd best driver on the grid in the right car. This is 2021 nostalgia poisoning your brain. That version of Gasly was cold. He was dragging that AlphaTauri to places it had no business being. But 3rd best driver overall? Number. There's Max, Lewis, Charles, Lando, maybe even Russell. Gasly's top 6 with the right car, sure. But 3rd best? Let's not get carried away. Yuki Tsunoda can replace Max long term. I love Yuki, I do. He's spicy. But Max is built from a different substance. Probably carbon fiber and rage. Tsunoda doesn't have that killer instinct. He's good, but he doesn't carry teams. He drifts in and out of greatness. Replacing Max? Nah. He's more likely to end up as the most beloved midfield driver of the decade, like a modern-day Heidfeld. Carlos is overrated. Hamilton to Ferrari wasn't necessary. Okay, let's combine these. Carlos is good. Very good. But let's be honest. Some fans act like he's a Ferrari engineer in disguise with god-tier strategy calls. He's not that deep. Now, Lewis to Ferrari? That's like Liverpool signing Messi just because they could. If you get the chance to sign a 7 times world champ, you do it. End of story. Sorry, Carlos, it's not personal. It's Lewis freaking Hamilton. Checo didn't deserve the Red Bull seat? Nope. Wrong. Recency bias alert. In 2020, Checo was elite. That RP20 was good, not great, and he milked results out of it. Remember that Sakir win? That wasn't luck. That was tire management wizardry. Did he struggle in 2023? Yes. But back in 2020, he absolutely earned that Red Bull call-up. Rapid fire hot takes. Senna is overrated. Slightly agree. Amazing driver, yes. F1 god? Not quite. He played dirty and sold it as passion. Russell is overhated and underrated. Half agree. Fast? Yes. Likeable? Needs to stop sounding like a disappointed school principal. German GP 2010. Greater than Abu Dhabi 2021 in scandal. False. Abu Dhabi was rigged live in front of millions. Germany was bad, but quieter. Lance Stroll is underrated. That's a felony level take. Disagree. He's part-time F1, full-time Nepo baby. My personal hot takes. Alright, here's what I think. Oscar Piastri is a little overrated. Yes, he's fast. But getting out qualified 20-4? That's not elite yet. Ferrari is going to implode in 2025. Hamilton will expose every strategic weakness they've got. 2026 will be chaos. One midfield team, probably Audi or McLaren, is going to leapfrog Red Bull. And finally, if Max retires after 2025, F1 will enter its most unpredictable era since 2009. There you have it, the best and worst hot takes from the F1 community. Disagree with me? Good, that's the point. Let's fight in the comments. Respectfully. Maybe. Subscribe if you're into facts, chaos, and spicy F1 debates. Join the Discord if you want to drop your takes in the next one. And remember, we all have bad takes. Just don't tweet them. That's how you get ratioed. Catch you in the next one. Peace. Alright, just when I thought we were done, you guys decided to double down on the chaos. Let's get into the second wave of hot takes. And I'm warning you now, these ones? They're cooked. Burnt even. Let's go! Lando will be world champion next year. Piastri will barely keep fourth. Okay, let's talk about this. Piastri slander? Brave. I don't know if this is a Lando fan or an Oscar hater, but this feels like you're either really optimistic or really salty. Lando? He's knocking on the door, sure, but to say Oscar's just barely hanging on in fourth? That's a stretch. The guy's a rookie who already outclassed veterans. But, I'll admit, Oscar has had some mid-weekends. And Lando's consistency is elite. Verdict? Half agree. But if Piastri locks in mentally, we're looking at a civil war inside McLaren. Mini theory. 2025 might be the year they go full Lewis versus Nico. Bookmark this. Genghis Khan would be the GOAT of F1. Oh yeah, this is what I signed up for. Strategic mastermind. Unshakable mentality. Could launch a 20-position undercut and conquer Monaco by lap 10. The man didn't need team orders, and he was the team. If the Mongol horde had V6 hybrids, it'd be over. Verdict? Fully agree. Genghis Khan to Red Bull 2026. Lock it in. 11:45. Monaco, Singapore, and Abu Dhabi should be off the calendar. Alright, let's split this up. Monaco? Number. It's boring. It's a parade, but it's sacred. You don't remove Monaco any more than you remove Wimbledon from tennis. Singapore and Abu Dhabi? I won't miss them. Singapore is just a test of dehydration, and Abu Dhabi exists to ruin championships. Verdict? Half agree. Next year is Ferrari's year. Double titles incoming. Oh, here we go. The annual delusion arc has begun. But you know what? I kind of respect it. Leclerc is going to be possessed next year. Lewis is joining Ferrari with 14 years of rage built up. This could work. If Ferrari doesn't do Ferrari things. Verdict? Optimistic? Yes, impossible. Number I. Agree. And I'll regret this. Leclerc would have won in 2022 if Ferrari didn't ruin everything. Look, Ferrari did throw away half the season. Strategic masterclasses like box to slicks on a wet track still live rent-free in my brain. But let's be real. Even if the car was perfect, Charles mentally cracked a few times. France 2022 flashbacks intensify. Max had been forged in the fires of title fights. Charles was still learning to breathe at the front. Verdict? Disagree. He would have fought longer, but he wasn't ready yet. Lewis will be the number 2 at Ferrari by mid-season. Spicy. I don't think Lewis is washed, not even close. He's still fast, but he's not 2018 Lewis anymore. And if Charles is as hungry as he should be, this could happen. And I'm ready for the headlines when it does. Verdict? Half agree. Lewis isn't Bottas, but he might be slightly outgunned. Alonso has 2 titles because of luck. What are we even talking about right now? I mean, you guys can't be serious. Like, really at this point, y'all should start applying for stand-up comedy. If you say Alonso only has 2 titles because of luck. Luck? Absolutely not. Look, if you try hard enough, every title can be pinned on luck. But that man dragged a donkey cart to podiums more times than I can count. If anything, Alonso should have had 3 or 4 titles, but shot himself in the foot with bad team moves. Verdict? Hard disagree. Alonso's problem wasn't luck, it was LinkedIn choices. Vesti and Colapinto are better than Antonelli. This is pure cope. Antonelli is speedrunning the junior ladder like it's a Mario Kart time trial. Yes, Vesti and Colapinto are good, but Antonelli is different. He's generational. Verdict? Disagree. You're not watching enough Fricka. Alonso Hamilton. Here's the thing. I love Alonso. He's chaos incarnate. But when you go to the numbers, the stats, the legacy, it's Lewis, and it's not close. Verdict? Disagree. Great versus greatest. Respect both. But Lewis is number 1. F1 elitists cry when NASCAR fans call F1 fake. Honestly, agree. Some F1 fans need to chill. Motorsport is motorsport. And if you can't handle a little banter from IndyCar or NASCAR fans without calling them peasants, you're part of the problem. Verdict? Agree. Touch grass. Ocon is underrated and overrated. This is actually spot on. He's got a weird ability to both impress and annoy at the exact same time. One week he's elite, next week he's beefing with his own teammate for no reason. Verdict? Half agree. He's the F1 paradox. McLaren bros will go full Mercedes 2016 soon. Yes. Yes. 1,000 times. Yes. If McLaren keeps climbing and Oscar stops the errors, we are absolutely heading toward a Lando versus Piastri showdown. And I will be seated with popcorn. Verdict? Agree. We deserve this drama. If Aston sucks next year, Alonso should retire. Unfortunately, yeah. If the 2025 car is another disappointment, Alonso should peace out. No point ruining your legacy to fight for 12th behind Hülkenberg. Verdict? Agree. Get the 33rd or get out. Alex Jakes is a bad commentator. Hey, no Alex Jakes slander here. He's one of the few that gives unbiased, clean, and engaging commentary. Meanwhile, Sky Sports is busy arguing about Lewis's vibes every race. Verdict? Disagree. Alex Jakes, Sky every day. Lando only wins because of the car. So, every race winner ever? Yes, the car matters. But if you watched Zandvoort, Abu Dhabi, or Silverstone and thought it was just the car, I don't know what to tell you. Verdict? Disagree. Some of those wins were driven. REF1 is better than Formula Duck. Alright, now you've gone too far. Time to ban you from the server. No further comment. Let's move on. My personal hot takes. You've had your turn. Now it's mine. Hot take 1. Lewis Hamilton at Ferrari won't win the title, but he will elevate the team like never before. Hot take 2. The 2017 to 2021 regulations created some of the most overhyped quali merchants ever. Hot take 3. If IndyCar or WEC drivers got full F1 testing in time, they'd outclass half the current grid. Yeah, I said it. That's it. The second batch of hot takes. Roasted, judged, and probably canceled. Drop your takes in the comments. The crazier, the better. If you enjoyed this chaos, hit like, subscribe, and join the Discord so you can be part of the next one. And remember, I'm not always right, just more right than you. Red Bull's potential driver swap. Lawson and Tsunoda in the spotlight. Red Bull Racing is reportedly considering a significant driver change ahead of the Japanese Grand Prix. The team is contemplating swapping Liam Lawson with Yuki Tsunoda, a move that has sparked widespread debate among fans and analysts. Sky Sports, Liam Lawson struggles. Lawson's recent performances have been underwhelming, leading to questions about his future with the team. Consistent finishes outside the points have put him under scrutiny, prompting discussions about potential replacements. Yuki Tsunoda's rise. Tsunoda has shown significant improvement and maturity, making a strong case for promotion. His aggressive driving style and growing consistency have caught the attention of Red Bull's decision-makers. Strategic implications. A mid-season driver swap could impact team dynamics and performance. How might this change affect Red Bull's standing in the Constructors' Championship? Is this the right move for the team's long-term success? Lewis Hamilton's transition to Ferrari, a cultural and competitive shift. 7-time world champion. Lewis Hamilton has made headlines with his move to Ferrari, a decision that carries significant cultural and competitive implications. AP News Cultural Impact. Hamilton's influence extends beyond the racetrack. Known for his activism and fashion endeavors, his association with Ferrari is expected to attract a broader audience to the sport, including non-traditional F1 fans. AP News Competitive Prospects. Partnering with Ferrari presents new challenges and opportunities for Hamilton. Can he adapt to the team's dynamics and lead them back to championship glory? What does this mean for his legacy in the sport? Diversity and inclusion efforts. Hamilton has been a vocal advocate for diversity within motorsport. How will his move to Ferrari influence the team's approach to inclusivity and representation? AP News 3. The abolition of the fastest lap point. Impact on race strategies. The FIA has announced the removal of the point awarded for the fastest lap, a change set to take effect in the 2025 season. Wikipedia strategic adjustments. Teams often strategize to secure the fastest lap point, sometimes altering pit stop plans or tire choices. How will this change affect race strategies moving forward? Championship implications. While seemingly minor, the fastest lap point has influenced championship outcomes in the past. Will its removal lead to tighter title races or alter the way drivers approach the closing stages of a Grand Prix? Fan engagement. The fastest lap point added an extra layer of excitement for fans. Will its removal impact viewer engagement, or will other elements fill this void? The surge in female F1 fans. A commercial and cultural evolution. Formula One has witnessed a remarkable increase in female viewership, with over 300 million female fans globally as of 2024. Financial Times, commercial opportunities. Brands are taking notice of this demographic shift, leading to partnerships with fashion and beauty companies. How are these collaborations influencing the sport's commercial landscape? Financial Times, cultural shifts. The growing female fan base is challenging traditional perceptions of F1 as a male-dominated sport. What initiatives are being implemented to further encourage female participation, both as fans and within the industry? Representation. With the rise in female engagement, there's a spotlight on the presence of women in key roles within teams and the broader F1 community. How is the sport addressing calls for greater inclusivity and representation? 5. The impact of Drive to Survive and upcoming F1 films on the sport's popularity. The Netflix series Drive to Survive has been credited with significantly boosting F1's global popularity. Building on this momentum, a new film starring Brad Pitt aims to further captivate audiences. The Australian.com.au Financial Times. Audience expansion Drive to Survive has attracted a younger and more diverse audience to F1. How has the series transformed the sport's fan base and global reach? Hollywood's influence. The upcoming Brad Pitt film, featuring involvement from Lewis Hamilton and produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, is expected to elevate F1's presence in mainstream media. What impact could this have on the sport's image and sponsorship opportunities? Financial Times balancing authenticity and entertainment. While dramatizations can boost popularity, there's a fine line between entertainment and the authentic portrayal of the sport. How can F1 maintain its integrity while embracing these media ventures? 6. The 2026 Concord Agreement ensuring F1's economic stability. All Formula One teams have signed a new 2026 Concord commercial agreement set to run until 2030. Reuters plus one. Wikipedia plus one economic implications. The agreement aims to ensure the sport's financial stability and equitable revenue distribution among teams. How will this impact smaller teams and the overall competitiveness of the grid? Reuters, Cadillac's entry. With General Motors-backed Cadillac joining the competition, what does this mean for the future landscape of F1? How will existing teams respond to this new entrant? Reuters.